Hi friends, welcome to GMK tutorials. So today we are going to discussing one of the most important topic, that is nothing but Demux. Okay, Demux is also called as a demultiplexer. Actually, this is a word we can simply call as a Demux. Demultiplexer. It can be abbreviated simply Demux section. So it is quite opposite to the multiplexer. So whatever the operation that can be done by the multiplexer, it performs a reverse operation to the multiplexer. So it is also called as a demultiplexing is a process of taking information from one input and transmitting the same one of the several outputs. Okay, so demultiplexer is also abbreviated as a Demux. It is also called as one to many. Okay, so in this case, consisting of a one input, one to many. So this is one point. Second one means that process of taking information from one input and transmitting same over one of several output lines, outputs. Okay, so this is a basic Demux operation, right? So let us see here the block diagrammatic representation of the Demux. Okay, so it consisting of a one input, it consisting of a selection lines, it consisting of a number of outputs. So it is 1 into 2 power m format, where m represents the number of selection lines. M is equal to selection lines. This is generally called as a outputs. It is nothing but input. It consisting of a one input and many output lines. So here generally if you are taking a 2 by 1 mux, 2 by 1 1 by 2 demux, okay, 1 by 2 demux, 1 by 2 demux. So it consisting of a one input, two outputs. Okay, so 1 into 2 power m format. So 1 into where selection line is equal to 2 power 1, therefore 1 into 2. So where m is equal to 1 for 1 by 2 demux. Okay, so let us see, that is a demux. So for 2 by 1 for 1 by 2 demux, so what are the possibilities are there? So it consisting of the 1 by 2 demux means that it consisting of one input, two outputs. Okay, D is the input and outputs can be treated as y0. I will consider y1, where S is the selection line, right? So if you write the truth table for this one, how we are going to write the truth table for this one? So data input, selection lines, output. Okay, data input, selection lines, outputs. Okay, so data input is nothing but D. Selection lines can be treated as a S. Output can be treated as a Y. Okay, so therefore D is equal to data. The selection line 0. It can select only Y0. D for one input, it selects the Y0. Okay, Therefore, y naught is equal to s bar into d, y1 is equal to s into d. This is for 1 by 2 Demux case. Okay. If you are saying the same scenario for 4 by 1 by 4 demultiplexer, let us see. By 4 Demux, this is a data input, selection, lines, outputs, right? So let us see the possibilities of there. I will write D is the input line, selection lines S1, S0 because of it is a 4 by 1 multiplexer. So 4 by 1 Demux consisting of 4. So it can be represented 2 power square where M represents, therefore M is equal to 2. So it is nothing but selection lines. Therefore output consisting of a 4 outputs Y3, Y2, Y1, Y0. So for input D, selection line 0 0, only Y0 pin, Y0 is taking the input. Okay. For other possibilities, selection line input 0 1, 0 0, and it is also consisting of Y1 is takes the only output, and remaining takes can be output as a 0. So for third consideration, the 1 0 point of view, it takes only Y2 takes the output, remaining can be treated as a 0. For fourth condition, 1 1 consideration, so remaining all takes the 0 and first one only takes the input. So this is a truth table for 1 by 4 Demux. If you are representing the y0 y1 in terms of S's, how you are representing? So let us see that here. Y0 is equal to S bar, S1 bar, S0 bar to D. When S1 is equal to 0, S0 is equal to 0. At the same time, Y1 is equal to S1 bar S0 D when S1 is equal to 0, S0 is equal to 1. At the same time, if you are treating Y2, S0 bar S1 D when S0 is equal to 0, S1 is equal to. So third combination Y3 is equal to S1 S0 into D when both S1 1 and S0 is equal to 1. So this is a diagrammatic representation for Demux for 1 by 4. If you draw the logic diagram for this one also, same scenario whatever we are following in case of the multiplexer, take the input lines D and S1 S0. Okay, take the complement of this one. So that is our input combinations for Demux. So let us D is common for all inputs, and first this is nothing but y naught. D is the common input, and S naught is the 1, and S1 is the bar 0 1 consideration. So this is equal to y1 x1 0 combination, where S1 is equal to 1, S bar is equal to 0, and D is the input. Okay, so this is nothing, this is equal to y2 so this is for y3. This is the logic diagram of Demux for 1 by 4 Demux. Okay, so this is the way we are going to analyze the Demux. Okay, I will tell in Telugu also. సో ఇక్కడ సింపుల్ గా చెప్పాలంటే Demux మీన్స్ దట్ మల్టీప్లెక్సర్ కి క్వైట్ ఆపోజిట్ లో వర్క్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ చూసారంటే 1 to many అని చెప్తాం. వేర్ ఇన్ ద కేస్ ఆఫ్ మల్టీప్లెక్సర్ అయితే మెనీ ఇన్పుట్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఒక అవుట్పుట్ ఉంటుంది. బట్ వెన్ వి గో ఫర్ Demux లో ఒక ఇన్పుట్ ఉంటుంది, మెనీ అవుట్పుట్ లైన్స్ ఉంటాయి. దట్ అవుట్పుట్ లైన్ కెన్ బి డిసైడెడ్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ది సెలెక్షన్ లైన్స్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ టేకింగ్ ది ప్రాపర్ సెలెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ది selection line, it takes the corresponding output only. So the remaining values can be treated as a 0. So here also same thing, it is a 1 by 2 Demux case. So D is equal to S is equal to 0, the y naught is activated, S is equal to 1, the y1 ki output vetu. At the same time for 4 by 1 mux df, so this is for 1 by 4 Demux consideration. Okay, so ఇక్కడ చూసారంటే ట్రూత్ టేబుల్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ లో చూసారంటే దిస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ D is a input line, so this is nothing but data input, selection line, output. Okay, so these are the possible combinations. This is nothing but output lines, this is nothing but input line. These are all the possible cases. Okay, so this is a logic diagram. See the applications of Demux. Applications of Demux. So wherever we are using the applications of Demux, obviously Demux need is there. Okay, like communication systems, and ALU designing, serial to parallel converter, computer memory application, communication system, already discussed, right? Okay, broadcasting, so that is also under the communication. Okay, so these are the applications of the Demux. Okay, we have a number of applications will be there. Just our point of our discussion, just we will briefly discussing only important one, right? So thank you for watching JMK tutorials. Thanks a lot.